I wanted to be a soldier. It was just innocent. We just wanted to do it. I'll never forget it. I've always been interested in the military, come from a military family. My grandfather was World War I, and my dad, World War II, he made it to England. I joined up as a young fella. What started me off really was seeing the pictures of the soldiers in World War I. My brother Richard, we were in Air Cadets together. He went to the Air Force. I stayed in the Air Cadets for a couple of years and then got into Army Cadets, which I really liked that. When the time I completed my cadet years, I went into the Reserve Army. And I was ready to go to the Lord Strathcona Horse Armoured in Calgary. The armored cars were there, the Bren gun carriers. We had to learn to drive those. After we finished our basic in Borden, and they started classes. By this time, I was a corporal. The word communism was floating around a lot back in those days. North Korea, he wanted to take over South Korea, so that's where the borderline was, 38th parallel. Our job was to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, help the South Korean army get up north and make them stay up there. When we landed in Korea, there was C Squadron, B Squadron, and A Squadron. I was A Squadron, we were leaving B Squadron. When we finally arrived at our place, so we were just spread all across the 38th parallel. When we moved, we all moved together. We were on Hill 186. Our place was to just get settled in and just always be ready. We stayed on our hill, and the tanks did a lot of indirect shoots. They were just letting them go over. We'd get the message, A Squadron, one troop up, and they're going to do this or you're going to do that. So you always had to be here, be ready. If one of those tanks stopped, you get off your ass and get up there and get it fixed so he could carry on. We just moved around 186. The hills in Korea were huge. You'd hear the aircraft coming, and you say, well, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. It was stinking dirty and hot. You just hated it. The medic said, and he said, you guys be awful careful if you cut yourself. Be careful you keep clean. But lucky, we were lucky nobody ever got infected with it. Charlie Squadron was the first squadron there. They lost 2 troopers with hemorrhagic fever. They were bit by a rat. The Koreans, whenever they'd get kicked out of a field when the troops were advancing, they just left their dead laying around. Of course, then the rats were coming along and they'd be chewing up all this dead meat. It was just terrible. When winter come along, it got cold over there too. And there was big canvas pipes that pumped the heat into all the little areas where we were at. So you were reasonably covered in your sleeping bag, so you didn't carry too much fat on you running around over in Korea. Shell fire incoming was really, really bad around the troop or the squadron, because there was AP coming at you, armored piercing, and ACs, high explosive coming. And if you happen to be just in the wrong spot at the wrong time, it happened. I remember this is going to choke me up. This young fellow, we were together in the reserves. I spent lots of time talking to him because he was a kid off the prairie, same as me. So he ended up with B Squadron tank crew. He was a radio operator on his Sherman. He was out of his Sherman at that time, and one shell come in right beside his tank, and he got it and bang, got hit him with a shot. Sorry. The medics come and got him, and nice young guy. Had to go, I guess. Princess Patricia's, they were They were the first ones in there, infantry guys, and they really got smacked bad. Then the RCRs, they got hit a lot too. And most of their deaths were shrapnel. We went there for a reason. We did our mission, we did our job, and we're safe and we're going home. As we stayed in the barracks and lived in Calgary, in the workshop with the Sherman, still had them in Canada. And then eventually we got the Centurions. We liked them, they were pretty good. Went to Germany, to the workshops over in Germany, did 3 years over there. I finished as a warrant officer. I stayed in and I did my 26 years, same as my brother. He stayed in 26 years. My boy, he stayed in Remy also. He started off and worked his way up. Chief warrant officer, as high as you can go. It was a great life. A lot of people didn't like it, but you got to stick it out. And that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. I stuck it out to the end.